This morning on The Dish, Americans are having a love affair with Portugal, and not just for vacations. It has become one of the prime destinations for American remote workers, and right now, about 45% of foreign home buyers in Portugal are American. Among the attractions, amazing food, including the kitchens of award-winning chef José Avillez. Like his double Michelin-starred Bel Canto, named one of the world's 50 best restaurants, and a venue where we met up right by the sea. From the Iberian Peninsula, panoramic views of the Atlantic are breathtaking and never lost on a native son with a global vision.
I love this wind and this aroma of sea.
Chef José Avillez grew up in Cascais, where he now claims a new window to this world.
Welcome to Maré.
Maré is his latest passion.
And here we have one of the dining rooms.
COVID delayed construction, but it's set to open in November.
This was an old restaurant, but that closed like 35 years ago.
Oh.
I still came here with my father when I was a kid. It was called Raio Verde. And I remember then this was closed and become completely destroyed. And one day, the owner came to me and asked me if I wanted to open a restaurant here.
That ask based on his 20 years in the industry, one that began with private lessons from the mother of Portuguese cuisine, Maria de Lourdes Modesto. He then heightened his skills at El Bulli with chef Ferran Adria. In 2009, he earned his first Michelin star at Restaurant Tavares.
Big trotters.
Oh, nice.
With cilantro, coriander.
Before stepping out on his own, he caught the eye of Anthony Bourdain in No Reservations.
Great meal. 20 euros.
It's good.
It's really nice.
In 2012, he opened Bel Canto, which earned its first Michelin star the same year. And over the next decade, he built an empire of 20 restaurants from Lisbon to Dubai.
I remember that the first menus, most of the Portuguese thought that I was destroying the traditional Portuguese cuisine.
Dishes like grilled sardines and octopus, flame-grilled chorizo, cod fritters, and custard tarts. Most chefs hate the word fusion, but there is combination of influences here.
Fusion rhymes with confusion, so it's not, but it has influences. And I think that even what we call now the Portuguese traditional cuisine, 300 years ago, it didn't exist. 400 like it is today. So traditional evolution is part of the tradition.
How would you describe the Portuguese way?
So I think one of the most special things that we have, the word comer.
Comer?
Comer. For us, comer is to share. To share is to care. We are trying to take care of the people who sit at our tables.
That sentiment was amplified by Frank Bruni's 2012 review in the New York Times.
And he said, I'm tasting, I'm seeing the future of Portuguese cuisine, the best meal of the year, and in 3 days, the restaurant was full booked.
Reservations are now booked a year out. What are we eating here?
There are some dishes from our a la carte menu.
It's a good thing we didn't need one.
This is the scarlet shrimp, the red shrimp from Algarve. It's very typical from here. It's kind of sweet, has this amazing umami taste with a salad with asparagus and apple. The sauce is a curry. The Portuguese took the curry from India to Thailand. It's cooked rice with vegetable charcoal, and then we dry it, we fry, we mix.
Yet he still finds a way to keep things informal.
May I use my hand for this?
Yes, you may. Like how he claims to have toned down his artistic whimsy.
I had a lot of dishes that the names were landscape of this, or the colors of the sky, or the poem, and I thought, maybe I'm being ridiculous. I need to make food again.
He now says he creates dishes that pop, like his smoked avocado scaled sea bass or suckling pig belly with peppercorn sauce.
So we have here symbolizing the
Monks.
egg sweets and the monks and the
And his finish? A sweet egg cream with a story all its own.
When the monks needed the whites to prepare the clarified wine, the nuns would do the desserts with almond sugar and egg yolks.
His
Almond
take on that
eggs
history?
That we add a little bit of lemon on this sorbet. Of course, this is a shell made of sugar. Everything is edible.
He totally fooled me with that one. I wasn't expecting that.
Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of lemon juice.
It's that fun and flavor that Avillez says defines his kitchen.
Watch.
A little bit too salty.
A little bit? I'm sorry.
So, as I told you before, I don't yell.
Oh, the pressure of a live audience.
Very, you're fired.
And while he lost a quarter of his restaurants in the pandemic, most of his staff remains.
I'm as good as my team. They truly believe in what I believe, that we can do it better. And then that we can show the Portuguese cuisine to the Portuguese people, but to the world.
So Chef Avillez says he'll keep smelling the roses and living in his passion.
Sometimes that you lose the pleasure of what you're doing because you're focused on the wrong things. That it's the guides, the lists, and sometimes that is only a balloon full of air. It's so important for you to keep smiling, to have pleasure of what you're doing, to keep working with your team, to have time for your family. So you need to take care of you.
And he loves opening restaurants. He opened 2 this year, Mare in November, another coming up next year. Guess where that one will be?
Where?
New York City.
Beverly Hills,
Wow.
California, my hometown. He told me to keep it a secret, but
You're not.
I'm
You
not.
just
You're
told
not.
everybody.
no,
Watch.
he was kidding with me. But he also sent over his favorite signature drink. It's called the Primo Basil.
Okay.
Take a sip. I'm so sorry we don't have custard tarts or any of that egg cream. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
That's okay. This is delicious.
Nish, he specifically asked you to keep it a secret.
No. He said
Okay.
it was a what do we call it in journalism? It's a scoop.
Good.
It's a
You
scoop.
scooped it. Okay, wonderful.
Good.
Nice job.